why did they decide to give the ultimatum to all the ETs that are in the earth and on the earth and above the earth at a specific time? And I think it's also of interest that some of the council rebelled and didn't want to send anything into here. So why, okay, Alex, why, what's going to happen when everything's turned off? No, I have a good memory, Alex. And then number two, I forgot number two. Great memory.
Well, let me answer the first one. Some memory.
No,
okay. Let me answer the first one. Let me answer the first one. Okay. Apparently, the reason why they want to help and so many others want to help is because in your genetics you have a frequency that is attached to different races. Okay? I have a frequency that is attached to Andrómeda. And what happens is, they as a race, just because I may move into another space in time or holograph, there is a part of me that is still attached to them. Okay? And there is a degree of non-evolution because of the law of consistency, we all don't move together. At some point, whenever that is, our entire universe, including all of the dimensions or planes, will implode and we will all go home to the source. Okay? This is one of the reasons why. The other reason, of course, is what I stated earlier, is because of our genetics. They want us to help them. We have something they need as well. Now, apparently when they first met to discuss our solar system, which is in a particular sector, which is along a trade route, which moves into the Andromedan galaxy and others galaxies. There were approximately 72 of the 133 originally that met. Of the 72, just more than half agreed to look into it and to help us. The other planetary races didn't want to help us, and this was their reason why. They don't respect their home, they don't respect themselves, and they don't respect each other. What is their value? I cried that night when I heard this. Because, you know, I couldn't make an excuse. I mean, this is how a bunch of other races look at us. You know? Fortunately, a majority had agreed to help because of the consequences long term. And basically that's why they're here. That's one of the reasons why they're here. Also, in our future, 400 years into our linear future, there is tyranny in our galaxy. And somehow we are directly connected to that event or events. So in one way, they're really looking out for their own best interests by making sure that something is cleaned up here, that, you know, that something comes into balance. And they know that as long as the other ETs that are here, the extraterrestrial races that are here, and are manipulating, he won't move. So they have to be removed. And I asked, would you do it by force? And he said, we would have to. And what they would do is they would enter the poles and then flush everybody out to the surface. So folks, when you see a reptilian crossing the highway, don't run over them. Just get out of the way. Okay? I mean, it could get really, really weird here in the next 6-8 years. I mean, you know, you can only hide a truth for so long, and then it just screams out. And they're already trying to prepare you for this stuff. I have a lot of friends telling me about a TV show called Dark Skies. You know, where they're literally telling you, but they're doing it in a way that you think is just, you know, television. You know? And I don't watch TV. We don't watch TV, so I miss a lot of good stuff. But, you know, I always hear about it. And I think that was it. So now we can go to the questions. What? Okay. Ma'am.
Yes, hello. What I want to tell you and ask you as a consequence is, are you familiar with a book called The Greatest Story Never Told by Lana Cantrell? It's a book about 1,000 pages, and she describes in her research that we did used to have a green skin and we were copper-based, and she also described all these color changes that we went through based on her research. Now this book is literally small print, 1,000 pages, and I'm not through with it. But she also said the problems, described the physiological problems that we have because of the lack of zinc, copper, and what the iron is doing to us, and what it did to us, because our physiology changed, our mentality and who we were narrowed totally. So you...
What's the question?
Confirm to me this.
Okay.
And my question is, did they tell you anything that we could do for ourselves to help ourselves to go back? That's one part. The other thing is the genetics, the DNA. We apparently used to have multi-strand DNA. Do you know anything about it? And do we need it in our evolution? The third part is, did we used to have a whole brain that wasn't divided, and do you know anything about that?
Okay, thank you very much. I do not know about the whole brain part. As far as the book, I've heard of it. I've had other people approach me, but I understand it's out of print. And I understand that Ms. Cantrell does not return letters or anything. She's just basically in hiding for whatever her reasons are. As far as the DNA, I have been told that those of us who are holding a higher frequency are literally creating a third strand. Most of the children coming in since 1982 already have a third strand. So this is just nature's way, this is the isness's way of just fixing things, as long as we're open to it. Okay. Okay, the question was, how can we help ourselves? I have asked that, and Morene, all he has said is, the information and wisdom already exists on your planet. So basically, don't ask us about yourselves, ask yourself about yourself. There's no shortcuts with them. I wish there were. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. It's great to see you here. I wondered if you could talk more about the draconians and the children that are missing. I know you have information, and I'm hoping you'll share it with us today.
This is the one subject I don't like to talk about. The draconians. Okay, the draconians are a very large reptilian race. They're known as the Dracs. There is a royal line of the draconian reptilian race, and they're called the Seekar. They range anywhere from 14, 15 to 22 feet tall. They can weigh up to 1,800 pounds. They do have winged appendages, and they are awesome, awesome beings. They're extremely clairvoyant, they're extremely clever, and they can also be extremely sinister. They apparently were brought to our time and space, our universe, in full physicality. Somebody brought them here and dumped them here. I don't know, and the Andromedans still don't know. But they were brought here in physicality, and they were taken to Alpha Draconis and stars nearby because it gave them the greatest chance of survival. So they were kicked out of some other place. Anyway, they are definitely a major factor to be reckoned with. They, for the most part, are service to self. They do not care for the human race because when they were dumped here, they were told that this was theirs to command. So whoever did this really screwed up. And they still have this mindset. They were one of the first to chart our solar system.